What if I told you that your monthly paycheck, the very thing you've worked so hard to earn, might be the single biggest obstacle standing between you and true wealth? Sounds crazy, right? Salary isn't designed to make you rich. It's designed to keep you comfortable enough to keep working. Most people spend their entire lives trapped in this invisible cage, 5 days of their week traded for a number on a bank app, only to watch it vanish into rent, bills, taxes, and weekend splurges. And then the cycle repeats, until decades pass and they realize they've been running in place. But here's the twist. There are people who earn less than you, yet retire earlier, own multiple assets, and enjoy more freedom. How? They've unlocked something you probably weren't taught in school, and your boss definitely doesn't want you to know. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share 10 brutally honest truths that prove why salary alone will never make you rich, and more importantly, the exact steps you can take to escape the cycle without quitting your job tomorrow. The first one will probably feel uncomfortable, but it's the one thing that flips the entire game in your favor. If you're eager to build a life of abundance, hit subscribe now. We're committed to sharing proven methods and insights to help you succeed. Number 1. Salary is a ceiling, not a launch pad. You know that little box on your offer letter where they wrote your annual salary? That's not just your income, it's your invisible ceiling. No matter how hard you work, how many late nights you pull, or how many weekends you sacrifice, your salary is capped by what someone else thinks you're worth. Companies are not designed to make employees wealthy. They're designed to make shareholders wealthy. If you're an employee, you're part of their expense column. Your raise will always be smaller than the value you generate, because if it weren't, the business wouldn't survive. The average annual salary increase is only 3%. Meanwhile, inflation in recent years has been hovering around 3 to 7%. This means your raise is often just a polite way of saying, "Congratulations, you're running in place." If you invest your time outside of work into building income streams that aren't capped, you break that ceiling completely. Dividend stocks don't ask for permission to grow your wealth. Real estate doesn't send you an annual performance review. A side business doesn't have HR telling you to wait until next year for a bigger payout. The transformation comes when you shift your thinking from "how much can I earn from my job" to "how can I use my job to fund things that pay me forever." Your salary is not your end game, it's your seed capital. And here's where it gets interesting. Because once you start building those uncapped income streams, you stumble upon something even more powerful than money itself: the ability to multiply your time. And that's exactly what we're about to get into next. Number 2. Trading time for money is the slowest path to wealth. Think about your last workday. You woke up, got ready, commuted, worked for 8 or 9 hours, came home exhausted, and then you did it all again the next day. Here's the reality. As long as your income is tied to your time, your earning potential is locked to the hours in your day. You have 24 hours, just like a billionaire. The difference? A billionaire's money is working for them while they sleep. Your salary stops the moment you stop working. 85% of people worldwide hate their jobs. That means the vast majority are spending most of their waking hours doing something they don't love, just for a paycheck that vanishes into bills. If you make $150,000 a year, but spend $140,000, you're only $10,000 richer at the end of the year. Meanwhile, someone earning $80,000 who invests $20,000 in dividend stocks, index funds, or rental properties is quietly building assets that will keep paying them long after they stop working. The solution is to start shifting a portion of your salary into what I call forever paychecks. Things like index funds that compound over decades, rental properties with consistent cash flow, or even automated online businesses that keep earning after the initial setup. And the moment you do this, something fascinating happens. You realize you can buy back your time. And buying back your time doesn't just change your finances. It changes the way you live, the choices you make, and even the risks you can take. And that brings us to a surprising truth in pointer 3, one that most people completely overlook because they're so focused on earning more when they should be focused on keeping more. Number 3, the hidden leak that eats your salary. Before you even touch it, here's a little secret your employer and the government both know, but you probably don't think about enough. A huge chunk of your salary is gone before it ever hits your account. Let's break it down. You're offered a job with a $100,000 annual salary. Sounds solid, right? But the moment you sign that offer, There are invisible hands reaching for your money: income tax, Social Security, Medicare, health insurance deductions, and retirement contributions you might not even control. By the time you get your take-home pay, you might only be holding $65,000 to $70,000. So how do you stop the leak? You flip the order of operations. Instead of earning, spending, saving, you earn, invest, spend what's left. Automate your investments the same day your salary hits, whether it's $1,000 into index funds, $500 into dividend stocks, or $300 into a REIT. When you invest first, you remove the temptation to spend what you think you can afford. Here's a question for you. If your salary doubled tomorrow, how much of that increase would actually go to building wealth? If the answer is less than 50%, you're feeding the leak. Now we're going to talk about the single most overlooked reason people stay broke, even with great salaries. Number 4, why your bank account is costing you more than you think. You've been told since childhood to save money in the bank. It sounds responsible, safe, and smart. But here's the uncomfortable truth. If your money is just sitting in a traditional savings account, it's quietly losing value every single day. Let's say you have $20,000 parked in a savings account earning 0.4% interest, a pretty common rate in most big banks. That means after 1 year, you'll earn just $80 in interest. Now compare that to the average inflation rate over the past 3 years, which has been hovering between 3% and 7%. That same $20,000 will lose between $600 and $1,400 in purchasing power in the same year. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in the bottom. You're pouring water in, but more is leaking out than going in. And here's the cultural trap. In many households, having a big balance in the bank is seen as a sign of security and pride. But in reality, it's often a sign that your money isn't working hard enough for you. The wealthy don't let their cash sit idle. They move it into assets that outpace inflation: blue-chip dividend stocks, index funds, ETFs, rental properties, or even short-term treasury bonds. One of my favorite insights from the book Die with Zero by Bill Perkins is this: money is only as valuable as what you do with it in your lifetime. If your money is asleep in a low-interest account, you're not preserving it. You're letting it wither. Stop thinking of the bank as your wealth storage and start thinking of it as your transaction hub. Keep only what you need for 3-6 months of expenses in cash. The rest? Put it to work somewhere it can compound. And speaking of compounding, pointer 5 is going to blow your mind. Number 5, how you're accidentally killing the power of compounding. You've probably heard the famous quote attributed to Albert Einstein: "Compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it." Sounds inspiring. But here's the trap. Most people think they're letting compounding work for them, when in reality, they're sabotaging it every single year. Let's put numbers to it. If you invest $10,000 at 10% annual growth and leave it untouched for 30 years, you end up with over $174,000. But if you pull out money every 2 to 3 years and restart, you might end up with less than half that amount. The difference isn't your returns, it's your patience. Set up your investments in a way that makes selling inconvenient. Put long-term assets in retirement accounts where withdrawing early comes with penalties. Make compounding your default, not an option. And here's the fun part. Once you master compounding, you start to see wealth grow without your constant input. Number 6, why debt feels like progress but keeps you broke. There's a dangerous illusion in modern finance: the belief that as long as you can manage debt, you're still moving forward. The truth: most debt is a silent treadmill. It gives you the sensation of motion, but you're not actually going anywhere. Credit cards, car loans, personal loans, even some student loans. These aren't just numbers on a statement, they're chains around your future income. Every dollar you borrow today is a dollar your future self already owes, plus interest. Here's where it gets tricky. Some debts disguise themselves as progress. You get a new car and tell yourself it's reliable transportation. You buy furniture on a 0% APR plan and call it smart shopping. You take on a massive student loan and call it investing in education. And while some debts can lead to better opportunities, most end up costing far more than they return. Wealthy people approach debt very differently. They avoid consumer debt entirely and only take on productive debt, the kind that buys an asset which pays them more than the interest costs. Think rental property mortgages or business loans with high ROI. Here's the question to ask yourself before taking on any debt. Will this purchase make me money, save me money, or grow in value over time? If the answer is no to all three, it's a wealth killer. If you've made it this far, you already know the truth. Salary alone will never make you rich. Not because earning money is bad, but because a salary, by design, was never meant to set you free. It's meant to keep you comfortable enough to keep working, year after year, decade after decade. But here's the most important thing. None of these truths matter if they just stay in your head. Wealth isn't built from what you know, it's built from what you do consistently. Your salary is a tool. Use it to build your freedom. And when that day comes, when your money works harder than you do, you'll wonder why you didn't start sooner. In every video, I try to discuss and address the factors that surely improve the chances of your success. If you like this also, subscribe the channel, like, and share the wealthy knowledge to your loved ones. Now, if you want to apply strategies like top 1% and change your financial status, watch this video. I'll see you there.